Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a KRW edition. We had our Injustice tournament on the weekend. This is Boxing Day now, and we are about to box, about to throw down in Mortal Kombat XL. Very unfortunate thing happened. Sadly, OBS decided to lose all the frames of our first matches. So firstly, I'm going to introduce all the players who attended and the matches that happened. We had 7 people. We had Mike. We had me, Raziel, aka 4 Years Wasted. We had Titan. We had Fiery D2, Vic, Smooth Jarvis, and Duke, the Last Emperor. So the first round of matches, sadly, are not going to be documented due to our technical issues. We had Mike progressing on the first bye. We had Raziel, me, progressing 3-0 against Pasha, aka Titan. Then we had Vic winning against Fiery D2. And we had the final match being Smooth Jarvis versus Duke, the Last Emperor, that one going 3-1 in the way of the Emperor. And then from there, we went on to the match between me and Mike, which I won 3-0. So this is the second match, I repeat, this is the second match of the second round of this tournament on the winner's side. We still haven't gone to the loser side bracket, so you're gonna see that one in its entirety. For now, we are in the second round of winner's side. Sadly, the first 4 matches, I repeat, they weren't documented due to technical difficulties. So in this case, we have 2 very strong players, Vic and the Last Emperor, going at it. Both people who won in the first round, and very strong players in this tournament who've had really good results. The Last Emperor managing to win against an unbeatable opponent sitting next to me right now, Smooth Jarvis, and Vic managing to beat the one and only Liu Kang that we have, Fiery D2. This guy is amazing. Don't listen to this guy. He's genuinely one of the best players I know.
From the scrubs. You know them bullies.
Oh my word. So, is there anything you would like to give in summary of what happened in the first 4 matches that are not in this video? Anything you would like to say, maybe that I didn't explain to the crowd? Any emotions you saw? Any things that stood out?
Ben takes the first.
Oh yeah, most definitely. The Last Emperor winning the first match between Vic and the Last Emperor. It's 1-0 right now. Anything you'd like to add on to what happened in the first matches that were not recorded in this tournament?
I can't really say much. It was probably just a slight glitch, and then that just affected everything else.
Yeah, it's quite sad. Those matches, sadly, I believe were very good videos. I'll try my best to see what I can get out of that file, but probably it would be impossible. I'll have to convert and see. But yeah, that was the one time OBS let me down, and it reminds me of all the times where I didn't really want to use OBS. But hopefully this time round, we'll take a break after the next 3 sets and see where we are. But I like this switch right now. Vic didn't really have such a good run with the Sun Blood God now. The Last Emperor managed to win his first match with Sun God, and we saw the power of the command grab. But now he's moving on to Blood God, trying to match the damage, trying to fight this matchup against Grandmaster in particular. And I feel like this is one of Vic's strongest characters. I'm not sure what he, in terms of his roster of characters, what else he has in store. Maybe he's been keeping a little bit secret for just in case. So yeah, you never know these days. So it's one of those situations whereby he could have more characters. Oh my word, that was nice. That was nice. Goes for the reset into the overhead. Now that was good. That's one thing I personally don't utilize as a player, that meter burn throw. But it's nice to see people have the awareness to do so. What do you think about this particular matchup? Whether it be the player matchup between Vic and the Last Emperor, considering how far back these 2 players go, and what do you think about Grandmaster versus Blood God as a matchup?
As a matchup, Grandmaster's got an advantage in the corner because of that clone. Once it puts you in the corner, it can mix you any outbounds, grapple, overflow, still keep himself safe with the clone. And then as for me, it's Blood God. I'm not sure if it depends on the players. Blood God doesn't really have an advantage, but it depends on the player's experience. most cases, players use their characters to the best of their potential and still come out winning the round.
Okay.
Because right now, I think Grandmaster itself has got an advantage. They've quarter count himself. Because even when he does summons his totem, Sub-Zero just did a slide, he can interrupt such things.
Okay.
His clone keeps him safe. He throws a disc. Clone is there to attack him. Slide, or come in with an over, or come in with a tick move just to get it.
Yeah, I hear you. I've personally, that was nice. The range on that explosion, really good. It interrupted the projectile. But for me personally, as a player, I felt like Grandmaster or Sub-Zero as a character has been someone who has managed to defeat me many times. He's a very good defensive character. He can exploit your weaknesses. And I feel that a good Sub-Zero player will always have to find a way. Sub-Zero as a character, I feel like is someone who can really utilize the variation system to a decent potential. He knows if he really needs to go defensive. Grandmaster is a very good tool set in stopping offensive pressure. We have Cryomancer if he wants to go into the offense with some mix-up potential. It's available, and Sub-Zero is a good all-round character. Fair and fine, he may not be able to zone you in the conventional way of staying full screen, but he's the only character I know who can zone you point blank range, where you have to respect the clone, you can't advance. So Cyrax versus Grandmaster.
It's still tough because of the time. The time it takes for Cyrax to release forcing slides. It's still tough.
Yeah. I don't know.
Cyrax still has mix-ups, so he can force and save moves.
He has to chase the knockdown as the Cyrax player. I feel like that's the case with most Cyrax play, or it is most play against Sub-Zero, is that you have to chase a knockdown and then you enforce mix-ups such as that with the unblockable bomb setup as well. They are blockable but very hard to deal with. And I feel like that EX teleport is going to have to be a tool in Cyrax's arsenal. A very dangerous, unsafe one to use, but one that has to be there. There's no choice but to utilize it in one way or another, because in situations like this in the corner, you don't want to have to deal with the 50-50 for free. You have to find a way out. So in this particular case, I don't know.
It's better right now, because bad thing is to maximum potential, trying to see what he can do. Push Sub-Zero out of his whatever he can do, anti-air, keep his move safe. It's really a tough match. Sub-Zero right now is comfortable. So he's trying to stay in.
Yeah, true. The thing is though, even though I feel like Grandmaster has the advantage in this match, it's way closer than it could potentially be. So in that regard, I mean, it's an adjustment that can be made, and things could go well. I like that chasing the bomb with the teleport. Either way, he's safe no matter how punish.
Nice.
1-1 in terms of rounds, and things are looking up. Like I was saying, it's way closer than it should be. So in that regard, that's already a good thing for the last impact. Seeing what exactly can be going on. So throw him into the clone, throws him out. Notice that there wasn't enough stun left to go for the combo.
Someone just took it looked like it was a lightning strike from nowhere.
I thought
someone just took a quick pick.
My word.
Flashlight.
I thought there was some electronic that blew up, bruh. I was looking to see if the PC is still even on. I didn't even know what to do, but at least nothing blew up there. Well, now we're waiting to see. Now we're gonna run this set and the first set of users, and then check the footage and see if things are now okay.
And last Infra finds his way in.
Yeah, most definitely.
So now it's 1-1, 2-1.
Triborg win.
Okay. Oh wait, 2-1 in. Okay. Alright. Just checking out the score lines now. Just to repeat for anyone who's just tuning in right now. the first 4 matches of this tournament. This was a 7-man tournament. We had Mike progressing in the first round on a bye. And we had Titan versus me 4 years wasted, aka Raziel. I managed to win that one against Titan. I believe the score was 3-1 or 3-0. And there was the match between Vic and Fiery D2, where Vic managed to win that 3-1. And Smooth Jarvis versus the Last Emperor was the final set of the first round of the tournament, which was won by the Last Emperor. That was Sun God versus Kano Cybernetic. And then there was the first round of winners, which was the 4th match, which was me 4 years wasted against Mike, who was in the second round, and I won that 3-0. So those are the 4 matches that will not be shown in this particular video due to technical difficulties. Apologies once again. I'm hoping that these coming 8 sets will go for much stronger matches than in the beginning. The players are now warm, we now know what to expect. So those little hiccups in gameplay, luckily enough, won't be shown. But Cyrex is looking really strong right now against Ermac. Do you think, Smooth, do you think that Grandmaster was the problem in that particular matchup, or do you feel that Vic is just much more comfortable with Ermac than Sub-Zero?
I think he's more comfortable. In this kind of a matchup, he's more comfortable with Silence.
Yeah.
It's like the soul ball, because the combinations he can use Silence. While he's Sub-Zero, while he's as for Sub-Zero, he was already a good matchup in Sub-Zero's favor, but what was like his damage.
Yeah, most definitely.
He capitalized on that damage. Serious frustration of
punishing
anyone.
Yeah, just that well, in terms of damage output, not looking at tools, well, the score now being 2-2 between Vic and the Last Emperor. In terms of just raw damage, right? Looking at the tools the character brings, Master of Souls is one of those characters that has explosive meterless damage, right? So in that regard, most definitely, it's a better damage pick as compared to Grandmaster Sub-Zero. It could be also that is more comfortable. I feel like in most cases, it is better to pick the player you're comfortable with. You know what I mean? It's like, I know, for example, maybe let's just say if I play Borai Cho, maybe it's not the best character in the game, but if I like the guy and I can utilize him to his potential, and in every situation I'm comfortable, that is much better than picking a top tier character that you're not comfortable using. In my opinion, that's what it is. So in this case, we saw the stage switch. Now same character, Ermac is still here. Final match. What do you think in this particular case? We've gone from Cyrex 2 back to Polterkan. Sun God, you are the one who's experienced this in tournament. So what would Ermac have to do in situations like this? And what do you think Ermac has over Sun God?
Right now it's tough. Yeah, the only thing that can really hold Sun God is probably being aware of that command. But once that command gets in, they're not aware of it. Shut you down. It's most of the strength unless if you use them at a safe distance.
Yeah.
You can stay safe. Yeah, the best thing to do is just to keep on mixing subs.
No, you have to force the situation. If you allow Polterkan to get in, things are difficult. I understand.
This matchup, I feel something is going to slightly.
Okay. Let's see. Well, right now it seems like Sun God has the life advantage over Ermac, but the problem is, like I said, Ermac has very huge meterless damage. If he had converted that into Soul Ball, that could have been it. If he had just gotten the string into Soul Ball. No, Soul Ball. And he did 1-2-1, and he didn't cancel. If he just did Soul Ball, he could have uppercut and
capitalized the damage.
He just captures. Well, in any case, that was a good match between the two, but Vic had that one chance, and sadly enough, it was the one chance that he needed the most. So from here, we're going to the first round of the losers bracket. where we have Titan progressing on a bye, and then we have oh my word, not again! Again! From Injustice to MK, the brothers are gonna take each other out. Every tournament.
The brackets are hexed for some reason.
Oh my word.
Hexed.
They cannot do that unless if they both win. They have to, exactly. One of them has to win, but it seems like they lose at the same time. They always lose at the same time. But anyway, the brothers have to face each other. Fiery D2 versus Smooth Jarvis. Again and again and again. May the players step onto the matchup, and after that we're gonna take a quick break just to check what things are happening, and then we move on to the last 6 sets of the tournament. Can we please have Fiery D2 versus Smooth Jarvis? This one I don't know. I don't know. In everything they do, it seems like it always comes down to this: one has to kill the other. Check your buttons and make sure everything's okay. I didn't change your presets, so just save and accept it. Things should be fine. Apologies yet again, one last time for the technical difficulty for the first 4 matches. Yeah. I don't even know what to say. But we have the main man Mike staring into the distance right now. Staring into the distance right now. If people could... Oh, snap. You're supposed to take my immediately. Okay. 2 seconds. May someone take over? I shall return. After these messages.
Okay, well, it's Raziel is there. It's time for the drunk mic to be back. It was pretty sad that the matches weren't recorded. I'll break some equipment forward. I like that. There you go.
Where you off to then? Through round 1. Fight.
Okay, Mr. Mike. So, Mr. Mike, you had a
Nice
good
matchup,
run on commentary, but the fans won't get to hear what you said.
And they won't even get to see me getting bodied. That's the good part.
Well, at least that's the good part. I won't lie. The first matches had quite a number of drop combos, but now people look like they're warmed up.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping at least it's one of those. Yeah, sure. They never got to see the first 4, but now they're gonna get to see people at their potential.
Okay,
But
now the
either
button
way.
check is done.
Hey, but the thing is though, these guys, why do they have to always take each other out? Why?
The brothers.
Why?
Some brotherly love.
In
there.
every tournament, whether it be a national one, a local one, an online one, they just always match up against each other at the same time, and this is how it ends. And the sad part is we're losing one of the brothers in the first round of losers.
Imagine.
You know, these are the guys who I'd expected, top 4, top 3, because they're really strong. And now it doesn't matter how strong they are, one has to lose. There's nothing you can do. Not both of them can't win the set right now.
And imagine both of them using almost like the same character.
True.
Like pressure based,
Exactly.
and
The conversions.
my goodness.
Oh my
damage.
word! I love. Okay. I just want to say I'm impressed with the Dragon's Fire right now. But the lives are still equal. Any touch from either one can do it right now. Okay, I like that. It was on block.
Nice.
Anything to chip. EX knives.
EX knives from Jarvis there. My goodness.
I don't know what Liu Kang could have done in that particular situation. Yeah. But
what a matchup we have here.
But Mike, in your opinion, Dragonfire, Cybernetic, who do you think, in terms of the variation, the character, which one has the better tools?
For me personally, I feel like they're both equal,
Yeah.
both evenly matched.
Yeah.
Even though I think Kano is a bit of an edge because some of his combos are a bit hard to punish.
Yeah.
If you,
Most definitely.
Yeah, most definitely. And Liu Kang, if he just messes up one of those cancels, it's full damage and
Oh,
gone.
no.
And just like that, look at that.
Oh,
Look
no.
at that damage there. And he's already got it back.
Most definitely. Oh, the cancel into the Kano bomb.
Oh,
I like that. He got the crossover jump in. He realized it was blocked. He still enforced another mix up with the AK no before landing. Really good awareness there from Smooth Jarvis. I like. The thing is, though, playing against this Kano is always difficult. Dealing with that Kano ball. So, hey.
Remember, these guys are like, they know each other.
These guys have been playing MK for years against each other.
Day
after day. So
no
at this
wonder
point,
this match is so tight.
yeah. At this point, it doesn't really matter what either character, like which brother picks which other character. They already know.
You see what I meant about the punish? They just punish him just for the flow.
Okay, Kano got the huge life lead.
Very huge.
Very big. Okay.
Decided not to cancel there. Maybe he wants to save his meter for something else.
True.
Nice dash cancels
Okay.
there. Beautiful.
Okay, well, at this point though, any hit from either one could end this. And
Could
Kano-
end the game, and Jarvis takes it.
first match.
My goodness, better
1-0.
say sorry to your brother, cause hey,
Things are really hard. But
things
I
are
mean,
tight.
from the Injustice tournament on the weekend to the MK tournament now, one of these guys always has to go home first.
painful.
I don't know. I feel like it's rigged. In
It's
all
rigged.
honesty, I think it's rigged. I would have to talk to one of them because they run the brackets. But it's still rigged in either way. It's like
Are they
one of them wants this to happen all the time. That I don't know which one it is, but there's some evil intent happening here between the brothers.
So painful.
Yeah.
Now your worst enemy is always your family.
Exactly. Your family. You can, hey, apparently you can't pick your family, you pick your friends. Man. So at this point, they have to contemplate: are we really doing this for each other's benefit, or someone is using someone? Let's go. Still,
Let's go.
Dragons 5 versus Cybernetic.
So
nothing
Jarvis
has
leads this 1-0.
changed. Okay.
So Dragon's Fire now.
Okay, the run cancel the block. At this point, if the throws are being teched, it's okay.
Nice.
Okay, conversion.
Beautiful conversion.
Almost.
Right
I was saying that if you as the one applying pressure, the throws are being taked, nice interactive. Change directions, you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
But the thing is though, that also enforces a mix up to the opposition because he can start changing his throw take options and then it just goes back and
Yeah,
forth.
you know, competitive play. That's how it is.
It happens.
It happens. And it sucks.
He's used that again. I like that. He's making adjustments.
Arm
Seeing
was
that he can jump in and still play no ball afterwards.
Oh, nice
For the
punish
additional
there.
overhead.
Oh.
Could have chipped him. There we go. At least.
Yeah, that was some nervy finish right there.
Yeah, anything could have happened. I mean, if Kano managed to get the 1-1-2, it could have been curtains for Liu Kang. Okay, Kano Ball manages to find his way in. There we go.
Punish that. Oh, it's the punish.
Liu Kang in the corner.
Look at those pops.
I don't
My
like-
goodness, the low.
I don't like ever being in the corner in this game, especially like, oh my
Oh,
word.
look at the damage. 41%.
That's huge.
Oh, that's huge.
That's huge.
And then the
Superman
punish.
is-
Oh.
no. Oh no, big punish.
Ah.
Ping. There we go. 1-1 in rounds right now. I don't know. The problem is I am really hyped with this Dragon's Fire pick, you know, getting to see the cancels, getting to see the instant air juggles with the fireball.
Oh, nice.
I tried to go for a mix-up even afterwards, I like that, but Smooth potentially already knows the mix-up options since they play all the time.
The Terminator combo right there. Oh my goodness.
Oh my word, the throws. Big life deficit right now for Fiery D2. Well, at least he armors out the throw. Okay, EX Knives for plus frames.
Was
and
that a
that's
punish?
it. That was a punish.
That was a
That was
punish.
a good punish. 2-1
Wow.
in the way.
0.
Yo.
And the disrespect.
Yo, hey, like I said,
Disrespect.
you cannot pick your family.
My
You
goodness.
cannot pick your family.
Kano win.
Yo.
Yeah.
It was nice to meet you.
It's like
My
one of those
word.
battles to see who comes out of the womb first.
You
You know what I
never
mean?
know who was the first one out, who is the older one. You never really know.
You never really know.
But
man.
either way, 2-0 right now. Enchantress roaming the crowd with the spell, hexing people for these 3
So now we're 2-0. Now we just have to see. Oh, now he changes from Dragon's Fire to Duelist. Is that a good pick?
Well, the thing is, from my experience with Duelist, is that you end up spending quite a lot of your meter for plus frames. If you're not able to convert when you're given the chance, you will never really have meter for a breaker at the end of the day. So
in Raziel with some technicalities,
hey,
which I don't even
know.
understand myself.
I don't know. All I know is that I once tried to be a duelist and failed miserably. So I hope that Fiery D2 is a much better duelist player than me. But in the end, that was the problem, is that you use so much meter for blast frames, so much meter for traps and combo conversions. By the time you're in the second or third round, you maybe have one bar if you are lucky. And people who know the gaps within the strings and the stance changes, they'll just poke you out.
Yeah, but they're very hard to count.
Yeah, most definitely.
You can just go with some trickery in there. He stops the ball while it's outside the screen. Just unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough because Kano doesn't give other characters the chance to set up different situations.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like, that's the problem with Kano, because Kano is just in your face all the time.
So at that point, when will you ever get the chance to set up a whole
Exactly.
switch stances? So throw mid-screen. If Smooth manages to win this, that's it, he progresses, and D2 doesn't, which is sad. But it's something that could potentially happen right now.
Nice.
Okay, guess the Pope on. See the issues I have.
Yeah,
if you know the gaps, you can get out. And Kano has a really good reversal in up Kano build. So.
But I really don't understand this duelist. Come on. Like, there's that thing where you power up your balls, like, so that they're really strong. But when will you get the time?
I
honestly, where will you get the time? This character's broken.
True, it doesn't work, and that's it.
Now that's it.
Smooth Jarvis takes it 3-0 against Fiery D2.
Jarvis beats him out of the womb.
True. We're gonna take a short break and then we will be back.
Good match there, good match. Now let's get ready for the next match.
Here we go. Smooth, my man. Explain to me why you always have to play D2.
It sucks, man.
In every tournament.
Every tournament. You know what? I think we both need to, a lot of luck.
The bracket right now is Vic and Titan. Yeah. One of these two men is going home. It's sad because I feel like this tournament is just full of people who I respect quite a lot in the MK community. So for example, I don't know when was the last time I ever played the Ermac. So to have our one Ermac potentially go out is a heartbreak. To have Pasha, aka Titan, one of my favorite players, go out, that's a problem. It's the same when you and D2 had to face each other. I knew that Dragon's Fire I was gonna see some good gameplay. I knew that with Kano I always see excellent gameplay because, like I said, you're undefeated. Mirror Sloth crying for his car in the background there. Man, bought a Tundra. But anyway, like I was saying, a lot of good players are having to step down, and I honestly don't know what can happen. I assume we have Titan on the player 1 side and we have Vic on the player 2 side, but I'm not sure. Which characters are you guys? Who are you?
This is Jason. Titan is Jason.
Titan's Jason, Vic is okay. Okay. Because I had seen Titan pick Khan before, so I wasn't sure if it was him again. So in this particular matchup, we have Vic going with Slasher, Jason, a very high damaging variation, but you have to play it. This is one character I actually think has a lot of footsies in this game. You cannot just go in, and you have to know what to do, because it's very easy to play Jason in a very brain dead situation. You have to know when to go in and when not to go in. Playing up against War God Kota Khan, good mix-ups, good range. So it's a fairly balanced matchup, even in terms of damage output. But Jason, either way, might be able to. It's a very unconventional pick, so it might be able to get the upper hand on
Oh.
Titans. Oh no. Oh no. Base the reversal. Oh no.
Dropped. Oh! Goes through in the end.
No, there are certain situations where you assume the player is ending the round and it doesn't, but
And
you
you let your guard
yeah,
down.
you let your
You
guard
end up getting
down
hit
and you
again.
get hit either way. So in that situation, I don't know. Smooth, have you ever played against Jason players? Because I feel like outside of our
Jason is pretty scary once he's in your face. That down one.
Yeah.
is no joke. Then pushback from his back foot 3.
it's
He's got range with his back 2.
oh the stab.
Yeah, the stab.
Yeah.
It's really quick.
The only
He's
the
got range.
yeah, he seems to have good range.
Range.
But I feel like his biggest strength to me, I may be crazy, but Slasher Jason's biggest
Slapped out of his arm.
biggest tool set that he has is his projectile. It's hard to jump, and I remember the match between Wade the Executioner and Muscle. Oh no! Yo,
You see,
okay.
it's exactly what I was saying. Jason is in your face. It's really a problem.
No, he dropped it on purpose just for the brutal. Yo. So it's like, yeah, when I watched Wade the Executioner playing against Muscleman all those months, a year ago, one thing I realized is that for people who are trying to pressure, it's very difficult to fight up against someone who has a hard to jump, unduckable projectile and has good armored moves. Yeah, so in that case, he's the potential to be a good zoner and a space controller, similar to the likes of Grandmaster.
So the best thing here is just to you have to now anticipate your opponent's moves. Just see what is going on.
Most
And
definitely.
try and counter it the best way you can.
Yeah, it's one of
Going
those.
on assumption.
You'll be in trouble. I feel like you have to fight the Jason matchup similar to how you fight other big body characters. You have to rush them down. Similar to, like, for example, right now Jason versus Kotal Khan. You have to try rush Kotal Khan down, because if you give him the chance to, he'll take that. You know what I mean? So in this case, these are two players who are chasing a knockdown and then potentially into pressure. Now, whose pressure is better now depends on the player and on the characters. I'm not too sure. But at least
In terms, I think it's a bit probably even. Because Jason's got decent damage as well. Kotal Khan has got range. Actually, it feels like Kotal should be the one that great advantage since he's got more range.
Titan takes a
And
match.
armor. And Titan takes the match.
Titan takes a match.
Takes a match.
Well, it's 1-1.
1-1.
Like I said right now, that match is pretty even. It's two characters that generally have the same positivity and positive things about them. So for example, both of them have these really huge projectiles. Both of these guys have huge range and they've got good mix-ups. They may be slow, hard to wake up, but you know, it's the same weakness on both sides. So it's understandable that it went 1-1. But now we have Grandmaster, the hard counter pick, and the Clone Wars, Star Wars Clone Wars. We honestly don't know what's gonna happen now. I don't know how Kotal Khan fights into this match. He has to rely on his range and be as safe as possible. You don't want to be cornered against Sub-Zero, but as I speak, Titan finds himself in the corner against Sub-Zero. But I like he's trying to poke when he finds the gap.
But this variation of God, I'm freaking nice.
You cannot win.
So long uses that. Uses that range to his advantage.
True. Yeah, well,
Whoa!
right now,
Oh,
no big damage seen in terms of combos, but it's oh no,
oh!
it's
This
pokes.
is punished.
Yeah, it's just pokes leading to good positioning and good frame advantage.
Hey.
Uses the armor to go through, and the overhead snuffs out the backdash. No, but I like it though. I like it. Not many people go for the backdash. Some people try wake up with armor or some invincible move, but they don't realize that the backdash.
Get caught.
Yeah.
Actually gets caught most of the time.
True.
I've actually tried it myself. And that badge really don't catch me.
Yeah, true. It's one of those, if it were maybe any other attack, the invincibility would have been enough to get away. But there it's the range, the active frames. I like that. I like that. Hit the clone while he's walking, going for the long. I like the patience. I like the patience. But he gets opened up and put back into the corner.
Oh.
That's the problem though.
Drops
Okay.
his combo.
That's fine. It gives him a second chance.
Titan takes advantage.
Gives him a second chance at life. Oh no. Misses the Jaco, but either way. Oh, well, 1-1 on rounds. 1-1 on rounds. It's
Round. Fight.
it's my word. Shots are being fired in the background. So we don't really know what's happening between the Emperor and Fiery D2. People calling each other out on their Batman play. Oh no, the clone is in play, but that, yeah, true. In this case, I feel like that's what's hurting Vic the most. He's getting the position that Sub-Zero wants to be in, but I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I'm not seeing the commitment and the conversion. Oh yeah, he has to fix them. Yeah.
Team check is part of it.
Well, it's fine though. It's 1-1, so if he manages to get out of the situation, then yeah. Oh no. Well,
Titan takes it.
2-1. Okay, let's see how this
Ladies and
goes.
gentlemen, we advise you again, always check your buttons before you do the match. Just
Which one do you want? Like, you want left, right, like down 2, there is down triangle, right? So wait, down 2 for you would be down and square, or down and triangle. Down and triangle. So I guess that would just be custom 1 down, and then I assume you want to throw with L1, block with R2. Just check, like as you get in, check if it's correct.
Sub-Zero.
Okay, just checking to see buttons
Total combo.
and potential problems. But I like that though. Those are buttons were wrong. He still continued to play, and yeah, you know, you get around here and there. It counts for the matchup. It's very easy for you to just immediately restart and see. Is everything okay? Block and grab and flip stance. Okay. The buttons are okay. It's 2-1 in favor of Titan right now. Let's see if Vic can make this comeback. Yeah, because he lost that match just because of poor buttons. Yeah. But anyway, that's just a reminder that everyone has to have, that don't forget to ensure that you're set, your device is set, your buttons are set. But anyway, life seemingly almost even. Playing the full screen game, Kotal Khan trying to move in, gets pushed away from the sunlight. Okay, seems like Titan still has a decent grasp of the matchup. He knows when not to press, when to press, and I like, yeah, he's playing the range. And I like though Vic is forcing certain things to happen. It's one of those, they are playing towards each other, spacing. Once Titan moves in a certain way, Vic moves in a way to counter that. So I like it. The players are adapting to each other. And at this point, it's only a matter of who can get the final decision, a correct one. Okay. There we go. Sub-Zero getting his corner presence. These are the combos that he was looking for. There we go. Goes for the... Oh no! He tried... Yeah, I like that. He went for the meter and throw, and then he tried to go for the reset. Yeah, I like that. Trying to get more damage than was available on the table. Almost did. There we go. Gets him with the low. We like that. With the high, go straight for the low and wake up. Apparently Mirror Sloth is very happy to see his character on the screen right now. It's one of those, sadly though. He won't be joining us in MK, but he comes to us in spirit in the form of Vic and Sub-Zero. Oh no.
now a problem
Yeah.
is woken from the dead.
He's picking his options, because it's one of those, he knows what Titan is trying to do in the corner, so once he starts reading you, then it's difficult. So at this point, as Titan, you have to make some form of decision. Do I stop doing the things I'm doing, or do I keep on continuing? And hopefully you can't be wrong all the time. At some point you will be right. Okay? Almost. There's nothing you could do without the bar. There's nothing you could have done. It's 2-2 right now. Last final match. Whoever loses is out. Just to think this is a match. If someone said this is the second round of winners, this is winners final, this is maybe match for third place, you know what I mean, losers final, I would have believed it. But just to think that this is just the second round of losers bracket and this one of these two guys are going out, it's difficult. It's very difficult to accept. I won't lie, I'm a Titan fanboy. So I'm kind of rooting for my man Titan to win right now. But Vic is putting up a serious fight. Oh no, the clone disappeared just in time. Could have worked. Oh no, plus frames. Going for the low. Mix. Oh, Clone Wars. Puts him back towards the corner. Gets the A to A. I like the conversions. Time to guess with the clone. Clone pressure in the corner. There's nothing. There was no way he could have escaped that. It's one of those. He could have blocked or armored, and he could have blocked. He could have blocked and armored to hope that he survives, but it was a guaranteed situation. Okay. Okay. He didn't get the full. Yeah. Didn't get the full conversion, but it might come back to haunt him now. Oh no. This is always the case with the Grandmaster Sub-Zero. You find yourself in these situations where you don't know, is now the time to press or not? And you guess wrong, it's free damage. Oh, and that's it. Vic takes it 3-2. 3-2. 3-2 against Titan. And we're gonna move on quickly to the next match. We have Mike versus Smooth Jarvis. Good luck to both people. Oh my word, Mirror Sloth moving in. Grand finalist in Justice 2. Okay, Mirror. Mirror on the wall. There we go. Okay, so the Mirror Sloth. Are you happy with what you're seeing in terms of the Sub-Zero gameplay?
I'm content. I wish I could have seen more though in terms of combos, but I suppose yes, that was him not customizing his controls upon having started the game.
True. Nah, that's a risk you can't take. You can't. In most tournament situations, it's very easy to prepare yourself mentally for the match and forget the basic things like let me check my buttons. I do not know how I have Revolution Kano, ladies and gentlemen, but I have Revolution Kano. Only noticed that now. But anyway, you always have to check the basics. Is my controller working? Are the buttons okay? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Okay? Okay, they're gonna have a button check. We have Smooth Jarvis sticking to Sonya Blade, and we have Mike sticking with his Aaron Black pick.
If one of them would just switch to Sub-Zero,
this match could go quick.
yes, quick.
Aye,
Grand final things.
You have to have a pocket Sub-Zero, it seems like these days. But I feel like this is a match where Aaron Black can work in a similar way to Sonya Blade in the terms of they are both able to turn their overhead or low mix-ups into safety or pressure. So in this case, it's just who's the better player at this point. Probably Aaron Black, not so much a character that was nerfed. He was nerfed pretty hard. And in terms of air mobility, Sonya is most definitely there. Oh, that's what he needed to check the cultures. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The handshakes are done. We have Mike on Aaron Black versus Mucha versus Sonya Blade. Distance. Yeah, at this point, most definitely, Aaron Black has to find a way to stop the pressure. Sonya, I assume will be the aggressor in this particular fight. It's difficult to deal with that pressure, but I'm sure Mike will have some answers. Let's see what exactly will happen. Gets the punish. Oh yes. Oh my word. Oh no, it gets him out the corner though, it lets him escape. I like that. He understands that that was a plus frame situation, but it was a plus frame situation with a gap. Well, there were signs. I saw amazing things from Mike. It's just that sometimes Sonya can get away with things. Let's see what can happen in this particular situation. Ooh, I love the down one anti-air, but he lets him out the corner. Oh my word, puts him back towards the corner, but Sonya Blade's got a free wake up. Shout outs to Cody in Street Fighter. Okay. Aaron Black sitting. Now, in this particular situation, this is exactly where Gunslinger wants to be. Full screen, there's nothing you can do. Walk into cow traps, you cannot run through them. Okay. Oh. Okay, this is chip territory either way. It's a very sticky situation. Manages to get away with armor. Oh! Anti-air guns. Mike doing really well. Managing to stop the Sonya pressure. Like I said, I believe that Sonya is the aggressor in this fight. So I like that Mike has defensive options. Here we go. Pressure in the corner. Is fishing with the neutral jump, but I like Smooth Jarvis's approach. Oh no, goes for the overhead. But in situations like that, when Sonya has no bomb to convert, there's not much she can get. But I like that. Okay, gets the hard knockdown mid-screen, escapes there and black. Okay, they are both in situations where they want to be. I like the pressure. I like the spacing between the two. You can see it's a battle of who's trying to get in. The life is pretty even right now. That could have been Mike's chance to combo, but sadly, guess. Oh no! One more chance on both sides. Yes. Okay. Smooth Jav is taking the first match, but I like that you have to condition the opponent. Respect me on my wake up. It didn't work out, but now in the next match, you never know. You never know what's gonna happen. Now you'll never know what will happen in the next match. First, it's going in the way of Mike. He's got 2 bars now. Early breaker available. Okay, put Sonya in the corner, but free wake up option. Oh no, try to anti-air, but the dive kick hitbox is way too big. Early breaker coming into play. 2. Oh my word, conversions. Yeah, the things are looking really hard. It's the Sonya. I feel like it's the Sonya matchup with the bombs that's making it a little bit more difficult. Okay. Conditioning, like I said, you have to make them respect the wake up. At some points you do it, sometimes you don't, but sometimes you really have to force the situation. Mike in an area that he wants to be, and seeming to be failing to snuff the dive kick, but either way. Oh no, that could have been an anti-air situation, but sadly Mike didn't get it. Smooth Jav is playing immaculate right now, getting good spacing, but manages to dive himself into trouble. Gets the overhead, and I believe that's it. Smooth Jav is taking it 2-0, seeming like this man is unstoppable right now. I don't know what Mike can do in the situation, but
Sonya Blade.
Let's see.
Triborg.
Okay, Triborg has been picked. Potential sector. I don't know what the matchup is, but
Get some.
ding, ding, ding. Okay, let's see how this is gonna happen. This is potential set point for Smooth Jarvis. If he can manage to do this, he'll progress on. But Mike has something to say about that. Let's see if this pick can be the one to see him through this set.
Aaron Black.
I like this. I like this. He's confident in himself. He's seeing what he has to do. Let's hope that he has the ability to do what needs to be done to counter whatever Smooth is bringing to the table right now. Let's see what's going to happen.
Round 1. Fight.
Okay, we're at the pit. Final game for Smooth Jarvis if he manages to win this. Gets the conversion into the hard knockdown. 1 grenade left. Last frame situation. Oh no. Okay, no big punish going in the way of Aaron Black, even though he managed to whiff the combo. Corner pressure from Sonya. Oh no. Doesn't matter. Puts himself in the corner now. That matters. Gets himself out. The reload being the... Oh no. Well, in that regard, the conversion didn't come up. Last frame situations. This is the issue I have. Even I wouldn't know as a Sonya player how to get out of certain situations because the bomb will always be a threat. Oh, the hit stun. The hit stun was huge. Aaron Black couldn't convert in situations like that. Keeping Sonya in the corner. Great anti-air. I believe that might have been standing for back four. Okay, overhead. Overhead. Okay, Sonya sitting in a bombless situation. So these are the areas that Aaron Black would like to pressure in, but then gets the chance. Oh no, gets the chance to reload. Certain times taking damage to reload is a good situation because it allows for situations like this. Oh no. Final setup, overhead and low. There was nothing he could do in that situation besides guess correctly. Smooth Jarvis moving up, and right now going towards winners finals. That will be me, Raziel versus the Last Emperor.
I'm in my ass.
Let me. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, but Jarvis back here. Oh, that was a really tough match, nervous match. My opponent was really throwing them gunshots at me. I was really trapped. I really couldn't see what was going on. I tried blocking, tried ducking, but still it didn't get me. It felt plus to a certain degree. So
but we all noticed one thing. Hear that? We all noticed one thing.
Well, what?
You are aggressive. I thought you were a nice guy, bro, but that's Sonya. Them mix-ups, them plus frames, them reads. Like, I remember there was a time when Aaron Black tried to do the stage interaction, and what did you do?
I threw a bomb.
You threw a bomb. If you converted from that, I would have known. You know what? You've been lying to me all this time.
You know, I've been touching so much. Yeah. Which criminal is that? I'm sure you're talking about Charles, because Charles is the bomb here with his parents. White something. White color code.
You would do well to desist.
White City. The White City bombings.
Oh.
That's
No,
controversial,
unfortunately, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Yeah.
Is this a button check?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure
I can
Razio,
explain it further.
is playing Sonya.
Right now, Charles is playing Duke Emperor with Kotal Khan. Charles with his Sonya, the one and only Paragon. Covered up.
Russian Sonya.
Russia, Sonya.
Yeah. I'm going to bomb today.
Players are now starting that match.
Okay.
They're all spaced out, just getting a feel of each other. Good footing around here.
Okay, now
Last
Charles
Emperor with that
is
damage buff. But Sonya comes in with the combo. Puts Emperor in the corner. Emperor fighting back. Sonya with an overhead mix. Puts Emperor again in the corner.
What's the mix-up?
Overhead again! I don't know what it is with Charles Sonya. You know, when I try and do the low, like I said before, I told other guys, when I do my low into over, it doesn't work. It's poking. But when he does it, it's like magic. This guy.
That thing's called just frames, my guy. Just frames.
Just frames.
Yeah. Remember, he's a keyboard player, so he already knows when to press this button.
Maybe that could be. Maybe I should also get a keyboard.
Ah, hell no. Stick to pad, my guy. Stick to pad. Down two.
Emperor actually with a life lead, a huge life lead right now. He put Charles in the corner, but Charles fighting back.
Oh my god, that's the mix-up.
Drops his combo,
Right.
and last Emperor takes the second round of the match.
Oh, that was tense.
Honors me.
That was tense.
Round. Fight.
That was a really tough match. Footsies here, it's parry, Sonic rings right now.
So the
Players
Sonic ring actually comes out from the device.
Yeah, it does. That device that's on it comes out, bro.
No, if you played the first first MK game, you knew that she actually has power.
She has powers, but in the first one, so it wouldn't really come out.
Okay. That makes it more human.
Players mining their footy game. Last year, pushing their footy game right now. I see him mining his distance. Brazil comes in with a round grapple. Emperor trying to fight his way back. Comes in with a command grab. Sonya currently with a life lead and full meter.
Oh my
This is
god!
not
Did
looking
you see
so
that
good.
damage though?
Emperor with that buff again. Sonya mining at distance. Charles takes the first match.
First match through zone.
This
Injustice.
King, my man.
Justice 2.
MK doesn't really have zone.
1.00.
You cannot zone in Mortal Kombat. Try zoning and you can die. And it's actually the reads. You have to notice the reads. Okay? Unless if you talk about my man, yeah, Mike, yeah. That's the zoning game. That's the true zoning game.
Just so you know, Travis, I've never touched this game in my life. I know when this game was released, I didn't actually have the time or the knowledge to play Mortal Kombat. I think I only played MK9 a little bit, but then I just gave up and went to take it.
You know what? I think you need Mortal Kombat here. As soon as it comes out, just get it, just pre-order it.
I know you're gonna pre-order it, Travis, then I play the beta.
You know who else should get MK11? Mkxl. I swear this guy loves Sub-Zero like mad, but he needs to pick up Sub-Zero and show us his skills. The things Zero's doing in Injustice.
Yeah, I saw. Right now, let's get back to the match. Now, Sonya wants to
Sonya does X-ray.
Penny X-ray.
I believe that takes the round.
40%.
That'll win him back the round.
Okay. Damn.
No pain, no gain.
Round 2.
Kodokan
So wait, so let me ask something.
right now.
Let me ask something. So Sonya's X-ray is only a pair.
It's a parry.
It's
If you
a parry.
try poking it, command grabbing it, you get assault, you get countered.
Oh.
You have to just bait it out and then punish it. It's the frame amount. Oh, expired.
Okay.
Right now, Emperor fighting back. Charles puts him in the corner mix with an overhead. Break up by Last Emperor. This is a really tough game right now. It's a really tough game. There's so much pressure from both players.
Nice down two for them.
Emperor punishing the full combo. 30%. 31%.
Chip.
Ah, and he blocked. He's still alive. Oh,
Nice.
I thought that this was gonna seal the deal. But hey,
Fight.
Charles seems like Charles ain't dying anytime soon. Shut up. Can't beat it. That command grab, if you don't mind the command grab, it's actually a real problem. Especially towards a lot of players.
Okay. So tell me, like, I'm pretty sure you're very familiar with the matchup and stuff. Is this match good for Sonya? Is it in favor of Sonya? Or is it more in favor of Kodokan?
It's actually, I find it very even because Kodokan is good, actually more neutrals than Sonya. Sonya has got 50s, but since it's covered ops, he can mix up into Koshi. Charles can mix up into command grab if she's scoring. Low can mix up into command grab. Low over. And Emperor taking his first game, I think just first game 1-1 right now. These players are really good. Charles with the normal grapple over next full combo. Parry. Plus.
That was weird.
Dive
Oh my
kick.
god.
And breaker from the last Emperor. Damage buff. That's 6 frames, right? You should be scared of that. That's 6 frames. It'll take you out of from it'll take you out.
Corner carry from Razio.
Oh,
Mix
mix
up
it overhead. Empress locked in the corner. Ah.
Ooh.
First round is taken by Charles.
That was tense. That was
Emperor in
tense.
the corner. Meter. Charles got a full meter, right? 2 bars of meter. Emperor fighting back. Putting Charles in the corner. Command grabbing you.
Side switch. Hey.
I was hoping for that burn, man. You know, I like to see the burn.
Mix up.
Well, mixed over. Emperor in the corner.
Grab me.
Baited! Oh! Last Emperor says, nah, I ain't buying that. Nah. Watch me.
Corner combo from Kodokan.
Kodokan push Charles in the corner. Takes him on. Throws him back in.
Back into the corner.
And Sonya takes him out of his
Oh, breaker. Nice.
breaker. Both Charles with the life lead. Kodokan goes in with the jump 1. I believe that takes
What's
the round. It's dead.
Damn. All that
Khan
damage.
is like a basketball player. He's
All
got
that
long,
damage.
long arms and legs.
Okay.
I swear this guy would reach. He's got reach, mad reach.
I'm seeing traits of fusion here, man.
Okay, yeah, this is another Union in this game.
Ah. Yeah. Down.
Some nice
the
conversions
conversion.
coming from last Charles, last Emperor.
Command grab. What's the Oki, yeah? Okay.
Right now,
How is
Sonya
this
with
missile?
4
Why
bars,
are
but
down
minding
twos?
at distance. Last Emperor got that range. Ah, I baited! And he was baited. Dead. And last Emperor does a brutality. He ain't buying that parry no more. He's like, nah, I'm gonna punish you.
But make me understand. Why do down twos do so much damage, bruh? Damn.
Charles thinking about it. I'm sure he's trying to find a suitable combo or a way to get in or a way to
I feel
avoid
like he
that
wants to come.
command grab.
Okay, it's a rematching, yeah? I think Charles is.
We've got some really great players here today. Sona coming with that command grab. The thing is, Sona, one makes a balance is when he makes it hard. It's a count. Sona is since was near, but the tools are really good. They mix up tools and the stance, command grabs, and stuff.
So a recovery on left is terrible.
On some combos, like the overhead punch there.
Oh,
If your reads on point, you actually fair enough. Oh!
Okay, so
Charles
Kotal
says,
Khan
nah,
didn't respond on
now I'm
time.
gonna shoot anything, I'm just gonna do a neutral jump.
Round 2. Fight.
This matchup right here is really tense.
Really tense, right?
Command grab.
Nice, I like that team. Try to keep it safe. Command grab again. This command grab is really bad. It's been getting everyone this whole time. Oh! Last
Punish.
Emperor is fighting his way out of this command grab.
No wake up from peace. Arigato.
Charles puts him in the corner. Full stack of meter right now. Charles puts last Emperor in the corner. Last Emperor being threshold right now.
What's the Oki?
Oh! And the parry finally comes in. Oh! Charles was like, nah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and parry. And save my posture.
The man's re-strategized. It's not good.
What do you think of the matchup here right now?
I think everything's balanced. Oh, this is a fight.
This is a fight.
Every competitor right now, and even these two here, are trying to fight to get to the top. And Rise was not taking any chances. Like he said after his match with Mike, he's not gonna take any chances. He's not gonna hold back. He's gonna go all out. Same thing with the Last Emperor right now. We've been seeing the aggression from the Last Emperor, the command grabs, the Sun God setups, like the what you call that sun pillar thing that it does?
The totem.
Yeah.
This, I believe this is like the final match. Right?
Yeah, it's the
Both
final
players are
match.
standing on 2-2 right now.
Round 2.
Charles
I'm seeing
on
another
match
round.
point right now.
I'm gonna see another round that brought by the Last Emperor. Then we're gonna have the round 3, an intense round 3. Okay.
Emperor pushing
Oki, corner conversions.
Charles right down in the corner. The damage, yeah.
If you meant to burn that would have been more damage.
Oh.
Like close to 40.
Emperor respects that move and avoids that command. We've got Sonya trying to find a way back in. Trying to force her way
Overhead.
Corner. Sitting on a stack of meter right now.
Being converted overhead.
Oh!
He jammed the armor.
Oh! Charles takes the set.
Oh my god!
With the parry again. Mans is like, no. No, I'm gonna save them bars just to save me.
Oh
Last
my
moment.
goodness!
Charles takes the set. But this was really
Oh my
good game.
goodness.
Last Emperor played to his fullest. Charles ended up taking the set. We've got really great players today. Yes.
Ah, bro.
It's casual for me. It's not so to tell you, to the
Okay, so Razio takes it. So, Uncle Charles, how was it, man? How was it?
Hey,
What I saw there, right?
it's one of those. There are certain situations where you want to block but you shouldn't. This is the only game where I feel that in certain situations blocking is the worst thing to do. So when you're playing against someone like the Last Emperor or like a variation like Sun God, if you want to play precise and calculated, you will be figured out. So in situations like that, there was nothing I could do that could make myself safe.
So
Everything was
basically,
a
you're
gamble.
playing yak.
Yeah, it was a gamble. It's one of those. There was nothing I did where I was confident and I was like, this is the situation I want to be in, unless maybe if I got a hit.
Okay.
But yeah, it's first to threes all the way to grand final. Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure when you were strategizing after
Buttons.
your second match with the Last Emperor there, what?
Smooth Chav is just looking for his spot.
Once that creative.
There, it wasn't a matter of I had figured out something. It was more along the lines of what do you do? You know what I mean? Because I feel like in certain situations you get into a fight and you're being beat by something. And fair and fine, you don't know the solution to that something, but you never ask yourself what you can do. Okay. So it was one of those, I was like, well, this is the thing that's beating me. Maybe instead of approaching the fight in the way that I've been doing this entire match, I just need to calm down. Because there were certain times where I would get hits and not convert and stuff like that. Because you'd be under pressure. So
and
I
also your very extra was being baited out.
all the time. Because in that point, it's one of those you are under so much pressure that any movement feels like it's something that's attacking.
Even a simple step.
Yeah, it's one of those. He was waking up. I was like, oh, he's gonna wake up and kill me. Then it was like X-ray, but there was no real reason. Yeah.
So tell me something about Sonya's parry.
Yes.
It
No, wait, the X-ray or the normal one?
the X-ray.
Yeah.
The X-ray parry.
Parry is
Everything. Protector.
Everything. As long as you are within the purple mist, you can parry.
Oh my god.
That's the purpose of it. But of course, something full screen can't be parried. You have to melee range.
Oh, okay.
So right now, before I interrupt you, right now we have the match between Vic and Smooth Jarvis. I assume their buttons are okay. I assume everything's okay. Master of Souls Ermac has been Vic for this tournament. He's been doing really well. Splashes of Sub-Zero here and there. And generally speaking, Vic is a player of multiple talents in this game. Similar to Smooth Jarvis, except Jarvis has specialized in this cybernetic Kano. I am still yet to see a local player with as much knowledge on Kano, especially this variation as Smooth Jarvis. I would invite a lot of people to come showcase what else they may know about the character.
Plus frames from Jarvis. Corner conversions.
It's very blessed, that situation. Oh, the wake up. Like I said, it's very easy to get into a flow. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, was jumping in the good idea?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because this game allows you to pressure people on when they're waking up. But sometimes it might not be the best option.
Okay, enter a cannon ball.
Yes. So, Ermac on full pass. One of the good things about Ermac is his meterless damage, similar to Sonya. So you actually get the chance to have situations where you have X-ray or breaker. So yeah, that was a situation whereby the X-ray was baited as well. You wanted to use the armor to blow through something, but it didn't work out for you. But overall, I like the pressure. Yeah, I assume that string is +2 on block, so that's why he keeps on going for the down one. So the down one being the gap. Oh my word, that thing still hits. Oh no, this is exactly how Vic. Okay, it's close. Any hit can kill at this particular situation. Kano ball gets pasted. Oh my word! For the very first time, the Kano ball whiffed. At that point, they were both looking for the same A option to chip to death. So I don't know. I don't know what else could have been done. It's like if you stand still, you get chipped. So your NTA has to be good, or you have to jump really well.
Yeah.
So
I'm guessing Jarvis is gonna go to Sonya, or is rethinking, re-strategizing. Don't
Vic baiting the Sonya pick. I like this. He's baiting the Sonya pick hard right now. It's like he wants it. He really wants it. But yeah, I think that's all it is. Sometimes the pressure. I haven't dropped this many combos, no one. But it's one of those situations whereby you play against people who are on point. Like in the case of Smooth Jarvis, in the case of even the likes of Titan and Fiery D2. It's like even under pressure, these guys will still capitalize on a chance. And it's really hard to deal with players like that when you know that you are not you are failing under pressure and they seem to be striving. Okay, guess the conversion. That was the match between Vic and the last Emperor, where it went down to the final round, final match, and Vic dropped that exact same conversion 1-1 into Soul Ball, and they lost.
So the Soul Ball actually creates some kind of stun animation.
Yeah, it's a stun. It's similar to Sub-Zero's freeze, except it's a stun that he can detonate at any given time. So it's one of, oh my word, the conversion's easy NTA stuff. But yeah, that's generally what happens. So it's like the number of souls revolving around explain the level of the Soul Ball. So right now it's at level 3. If he throws it, the number of souls go down. At level 2, he can't capture anymore, he can't stun you. At level 1, it's just a projectile. So that's how it is. The plus frames decrease the less level it is. So at most times you want to use a soul ball and then try either let the souls refresh or combo with the EX to allow them to
conversion.
Man, the thing is though with Ermac, it's the pressure. It's the pressure. Once you fail to wake up at any given time, it's another mix up into a combo opportunity. In my opinion, Ermac, if we were to take run cancels out, Ermac is a better Scorpion than Scorpion. Because it's a 50-50, you get knocked down into a 50-50, 40%, you get knocked down 50-50, 40%. That's all the character can do at a very high level. Like this particular variation. So, if Scorpion couldn't run cancel, this is a better Scorpion. That's my opinion. So, in this case, Vic has gone 2 up, right?
Yeah.
My word.
Okay, now Sonya is coming.
Yeah. Let's see what can happen in this particular matchup. Okay, good NTA. You cannot do anything against the bomb unless if you have. You can't do anything in the bomb situation. It's really difficult to do because just like
the convention. Oh,
Smooth is on another level right now. Smooth is on another level. So I don't know if it was just a better matchup for Ermac versus Kano, or this is just Smooth Jarvis moving on to something he finds more comfortable. So I don't know. We'll have to see what exactly the situation is. But I like that he's putting pressure even when he's down.
Oh, I didn't run cancel there. As he's supposed to run cancel.
He was, but stamina is a problem. How stamina works in this game after they nerfed Mirror Sloth is not happy about anything right now. This man is just, forgive him, man. But anyway, how they ended up doing stamina in this game is that once you run in a combo and you drop below 50% stamina, you cannot run when you're under 50%. You can run when you're above. So if you can get 2 quick runs, it's possible while you're juggling someone. But yeah, they nerfed the stamina. Back in the day, you could get 2 or 3 times as much running in a single combo.
Wake up.
Yeah, you have to respect the EXO best. It's good armor, it's quick, and the pushback is decent enough that your best punish.
On a conversion.
There we go. Oh yes, double down 2 combos. Oh no! That was too far. The mix-up was seen a mile away. Ooh, anti-air. Okay. I like that. He got the knockdown and started forward dashing. Most players would have decided to run in, and then at that point you arrive at your character with no stamina. I like the pressure. He's not letting go of the overhead situation. Oh, and that's it. 3-2 to Vic. Well, I guess that's
that was intense.
Yeah, it's you two. puts you to losers finals. So I guess that's Vic. That's Vic going out at 4th place, I believe. Not Vic, sorry. Smooth Jav is going out at 4th place. It's it's a difficult situation, but it's a similar result to what he got in Injustice 2 over the weekend. So, I guess that says something about the skill of the players who are all coming in at certain levels. And at the end of the day, I feel like as players, we now play more of the player matchup than the character matchup. So, for example, in certain situations whereby, let's just say right now we're going to have Vic versus the Last Emperor. Even if Vic picks a character that is maybe worse than the Last Emperor's character, they're still fighting in equal footing because they know each other's tendencies at this point. So, I don't know. It's a difficult situation. That's it. It's a difficult situation, but it's a situation that everyone has to find themselves in. We have Grandmaster Sub-Zero by Vic, and we have Last Emperor looking for his pick.
Kotal Khan. Okwanchi.
Let's see what exactly is going to happen in this particular match.
my
But
God.
yeah, oh yes, the reptile.
The reptile
At some point, this had to come out. I feel one of the Last Emperor's main stay characters within the roster of characters that he used. So in this particular case, it's up to him. Does he go back to the Kotal Khan, or does he then make the switch now?
Or he ends up playing Jason.
Yeah, he could play Jason. For all we know, he could just play Jax. So it's up to the Last Emperor to pick what he wants to pick right now. He's got quite a number of characters. But if you were to ask people which characters he has a lot of time spent playing, Reptile is one of them, most definitely. In this case, it's still first to 3. This is losers final. One of these people are going out, but they're going out at 3rd place, which is a very, very good position to be in. It's not easy getting to 3rd place in MK. It's not easy. It's not easy. If you found yourself this 5 and the likes of Smooth Jarvis, you have to... Oh no, the conversion. You almost didn't get it.
Yeah.
At this point, it's one of those, almost there. Of course, you have to play hard. You can be proud of yourself for reaching this far. In this case, though, like most people will tell you, it's a matchup mostly in favor of Sub-Zero. We're not talking about Noxious versus Grandmaster, because there's not much Reptile can do about the clone. But I like the adjustment in the sense that that Reptile isn't even putting himself in the clone situation at all, which is beautiful. You have to accept that situation. It's like, I can't fight at that range, so I just won't fight at that range. That's it.
Okay.
Oh, block on the overhead. But then the sad part is, Sub-Zero, the clone is still there. It's one of those, you try attack into the clone, then you get hit. Okay. Advancing that reptilian dash, 6 frames of armor, is it 8 frames of armor? Really quick move. Yeah, it's faster than it's faster than people's pokes.
Oh, down 2. No need to complicate a combo, just down 2.
Just keep it nice and simple, and don't overcomplicate certain situations. It's easy to not get the jump when you thought you were gonna get the jump. At this point, the lives are equal overhead, but the slide. Okay, this is very dangerous. Chip was a danger. But it's very common to find yourself in that situation and you start running for the opponent, looking, I'm gonna chip, throw a projectile, they jump, you die. He gets punished. He still gets the punish though. Gets the conversion. Almost. Oh no, he should. I feel like that was the chance to put damage on the table before going for the ground. Okay. Oh, no.
So he
needs to find something advancing, of which Sub-Zero has those options, in the likes of back 1-2 and stuff like that, back 1-2 Sobo. Not Sobo, but you know what I mean. He has those situations where he has to go for that 2, it's the most guaranteed. But either way, the Last Emperor playing towards the strengths of the matchup, not the strengths of the character.
That down 2, bruh.
So in this particular case, as Vic, it's one of those you have seen what the character has to offer. Now you have to find a way to adapt to the situation.
And now it seems like Vic has gone back to Ermac.
Yeah.
Are we gonna see some Ermac mix-ups?
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Okay. Now that one is a given. It's a matter of how much, but it's coming. Mirosloth just looking at the Mkxl trailer, thinking about how his pre-order is not in vain. My word, I don't know, it's like I've got a bitter sweet relationship when it comes to MK games, but I hope for their sake it turns out great.
And they're always great, bro.
Yeah, they're great for certain people. It feels like for the PC people, it's like, yeah, we'll just give you any trash we can come up with, you buy it, and then we fix it over the next 2 years. But in terms of the console release, it came out just fine. Well, almost just fine.
Almost just fine.
Almost just fine. It was almost a just frame. Almost. Almost. NetherRealms got a Tenko. It was just not a just frame one. So, no stamina on both players right now. Gets to push him into the corner for good damage. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad.
That was good.
This is really bad. The Emperor looking to go for his second victory here, but it's still 1-1. Let's see if we can make a plan. Okay. There we go. Yeah. It's quick. It's quick. It's as quick as most people's down ones, down threes. So it's a poke for a hammer special.
Didn't convert properly.
Yeah, it didn't. Well, probably had a plan for what he wanted to do, but it definitely didn't come out the way he wanted. It's a problem. It's one of those. It's a slow-moving projectile. You know. You don't really want to put yourself in a situation where you're in that projectile's active phase. You just don't want to be there. Well, there's the explosion. Explosion. 1-1. The current score.
Okay, so can the Ermac pick?
It's one of those. The conversions are there. I like with the Sub-Zero match. It was a lot of scramble. But I don't know. It's tough. If I was a betting man, of which I am, I'm looking at Mirosloth right now. I would put $50. I would put $50.
On who?
Wait, I have to think carefully before my next sentence. I would put $50 on Vic. Here we go. I said it, ladies and gentlemen. Mirosloth, the money's on the table. Will he step up to the challenge? But Breaker has already been forced out. Ermac still running out of stamina. You can hear the people. No Soul-Ball on block. It has to wait a little bit longer for the Soul-Ball to recharge, but now you should be fine. Okay, overhead sword smash. Here we go.
Corner conversion?
Yes. There we go.
29%.
It's big damage. It's really, really big damage. At this point, there we go. It's difficult. This matchup is one of those when you play someone, it's the similar experience when fighting up against Smooth Jarvis's Kano, D2 Speed Kang. Where it's like, yeah, this guy is a certain level of skill, and his understanding of the character is so great that he's just relaxed. You know what I mean? At all times, it's just him and his character. So it's very the punish. The punish. It's tough. You can't jump. The command grab is a very good.
Okay.
It's a very good anti.
Are there like two variations of that command grab? Or it's just one item?
It's one of those. You can EX the command grab, but it's the exact same move. You can just combo after.
Like in the sense that like you've got an A command, like a command grab that is meant to.
Oh no. It's one command grab that anti-airs, and then Sun God has a special command grab to that variation that grabs standing opponents. Yeah. So it's one of those. At least you know, no matter what variation you have, you still have the A command grab, whether it be normal or the EX, it's still there. It's just the Sun God one doesn't exist.
Okay, so now we've got the Raiden pick from.
Oh my word, you see Raiden finally coming in. I haven't seen this character in a long time. Didn't get the conversion. That could have been big damage. Raiden is known for some crazy damage, but right now Vic needs to find his composure, get the damage on the table. But at least, you know, he got the life on the board. Things are looking equal right now.
Can't finish that.
That's
safe.
I believe it depends on how long he holds, because each hit of that electricity has certain frame date. You know what I mean? How longer he holds the button determines what the result frame is. So you'll never really know. Is he now minus? Is he plus right now? Or to that delay the punish? Or
Okay.
things are looking tough right now.
Set point. The last Emperor.
It's okay. You just have to find a way to calm yourself down as a player and realize that, you know, in this situation this has happened, but let me brush it off. But I don't know. I honestly don't know what you can do in that situation. Let's see what he can do.
Let it fly.
Puts him. Oh no, he managed to put him in the corner for the jump. Okay, plus frames.
Oh.
Almost, but not enough. Gets the neutral jump punch. Well, it's salvageable from the side of Vic. It's still there, and the last Emperor is still looking strong. So it's now a matter of really who can get the first big damaging combo. Because this is the final round. Whoever can get that first 30%, 40%, it's curtains. The run cancel. Okay, I'm assuming right now adjustments are going to have to be made as to the situation. I'm sure the last Emperor can see what exactly is going on here when it goes this way. What? Oh no, he missed the anti-air. That could have been a clean anti-air. He decided to go for the late one. Sadly, it didn't work out. But right now, life is, though it was almost even, because Kota Khan with the bar is huge damage. So at this point, gets the armor 3x reversal. 2-2? 2-2. Final match of this particular losers final. I like the fact that Vic decided to switch it up with the raid, and now he just has to be careful that the last Emperor hasn't caught onto like what exactly he's trying to get. He needs to find guaranteed ways of getting guaranteed pressure. Didn't get the fly in that situation. Oh no!
Vanish.
Almost. Final match on both sides. Loser of this third place, like I said, a really good position to be in. But I would assume whoever's playing would want to be second or first. They're definitely going to treat it out in this situation. Oh no, plus frame situation. Okay. Delayed wake up. Does he get the conversion? Oh no, he didn't burn it. Yeah, if he had burnt the bar, but this is a chance. Can he fly? He didn't fly. Oh, he flied. Okay. Yeah, but it's one of those, he had two situations to do max damage combos, but in the corner, the EX didn't come out, and at least outside the corner, you know, he tried to salvage the situation.
How many layers of armor does that thing have?
I believe it's 2. It could be 3, but I believe it's 2. I haven't played Raiden since the changes like for the second season when it became Mkxl, so I wouldn't know if the changes affected the hits of armor as well, but they probably did. Manages to switch sides, neutral jump punch. Doesn't get the big conversion. Overhit. Does he? Oh, and Vic manages to take it 3-2 against the last Emperor.
Hey, that was tense. That was tense.
And now we're gonna go for grand finals. I would like to take a break to save the footage, and we'll be back. Ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be grand finals of the Mkxl KRW tournament. Final apology for the first 4 matches that were sadly not recorded, but at least we got the rest of the matches. Things have changed. People are out, and we are now down to grand finals, which is gonna be a first to 5. It's gonna be difficult. I respect Mkxl for managing to go through 5 whole matches. But hopefully things get a little bit better. It's gonna be me, that Raziel, aka 4 years wasted, against Vic. Guess good luck to us both, and let's see.
Let's go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the grand finals. And we've got here Duke, the last emperor. Okay, this is the 2018 end of year Mkxl tournament for the KRW. So here the format is gonna be first to 5, the Japanese way. So it doesn't matter who's coming from the losers bracket or from the winners bracket. All in all, in grand final is gonna be first to 5. So it looks like it's gonna be Raziel, also known as 4 years wasted, going with Jackie Briggs on our right. This is gonna be just a button check. And on my left on the screen is gonna be Victor, the Soul Devourer, using Devourer Venomous. So we are quite not sure what's gonna happen, because these guys are actually people who use a lot of characters in this type of game. Alright, so button check was quick. Now on to our match. Let's see how it goes like. We know clearly about Vic using a Devourer with those wristbands of the back and into mix-up vortexes. It might be grab, it might be shimmy, it might be a low. But Jackie Briggs, also known for her unrelenting zoning, because that wrist cannon is really something really cool. Obviously, opposite a charge, got blocked, then unfortunately there wasn't a punish. Okay, looks like lives are even now. Okay. Corner repositioning, now Vic is the one with the corner advantage. Wristband, as I say, there wasn't much Oki. Raziel was actually aware of what's gonna happen there. Blocked nicely. Vic aggressing with the forward 4-4 combo. A heavy damage starter from Devourer. So he takes the first round. Wrist cannons. Nice setup. Another combo. Extension into confirmation. Nice 33 damage. Solid damage. Alright. Back stand into the overhead. Everything looks like it's well balanced. It can go either way. But otherwise, the worst place to be is to be cornered by someone, because the pressure and fact that you'll be running out of space makes you have that comfort zone removed. Alright, Vic secures the first game there. Looks like we're gonna have a long way to go. Now it's minus 1 game to Vic. And mind you, it's a first to 5. So these guys are still have a long way to go. But they say 1 step at a time. Strong start by Raziel, even though they started comboing him up. Nice combo, 33%. Devourer not a stranger to damage herself. Hard knockdown grapple into the forward 4 starter. Oh god, that overhead is playing a huge part in this. Another one. It's a good thing he blocked. Oh, the ovipositor charge, sealing the deal. But I love what Raziel did there. He went for double overheads, even triple overheads, in case if Vic was gonna second guess and think he's now gonna go for the low. Alright, pressure. Corner conversion.
didn't drop it that much at least, only the end. Alright, mix up into the low. Unfortunately, it was 5, couldn't follow up. Vic also dropping. It looks like it's now a disease. The best thing to do when you are in such a clutch situation is to always remember your bread and butter missions. Never try anything that's outside the blue unless if the bread and butter is being blocked and you can't do anything else. You have to now think outside the box. Otherwise, if you try something new on the stage, most people, they can't keep up with that. You end up having to confuse yourself even more. Alright, looks like the rounds are tied up 1-1 on our second game, in which the first game went to Victor, who uses Venomous Devourer. Nice zoning, a really pesky wrist cannon by Jackie Breeze. Alright, nice crossover, but still he dropped his combo. I don't know what's happening here. It looks like the spirit of cleanliness when it comes to combos is a bit going out. Maybe it might be the names, or it's because of a couple of hours of jamming without stopping. Alright, 2 bars almost, the meter is almost tied up, except that Jackie Breeze is lost 2. That Venom was gone through. Vic has secured the second game. I don't know whether we're gonna see Charles changing and using Mama Blade, the one and only. So was it gonna be Sonya? And he loves that mature classical government outfit from the motherland, the Russian motherland. Most people, they say she looks grown, but for sure we've been counting years ever since Mortal Kombat 1, if I'm not mistaken. She's been there. She hasn't died. Alright, starting with an overhead, we know how that ends. And she builds a lot of meter. Hammering through, didn't want any of that mix up from Devourer. Another overhead start. I don't know what is it about ducking, but it feels right. It just feels safe. If people swings at you or just comes through and they actually swerve, you duck. It's just nature. It feels safe. But not in Mortal Kombat. When you duck, you will be a sitting duck for the rest of the round. Alright, Charles secured the first round of the third match, in which Vic won both matches in the beginning. So the third match, this Sonya Pete looks like it's really shedding some light to the gameplay of Brazil. And we know him, he plays strong with his characters. He's been on here and on it, on that grind. Not sleeping at night some days, making sure the combos are crisp, the setups are good, and everything is fine. I think there was no contact. Either way, it's his choice, but there was no contact there. There was a button error, button input error from the keyboard. He apologizes, so Vic was given a round. You can never be too careful, mistakes do happen. Onto our pressure, this looks like it's a really composed grand finals. I'm not too excited myself. I'm calm and collective, wanting to see the quality gameplay, like what I was doing, analyzing my opponents till it was too late and I ended up playing the lose. Unfortunately, we're using the Japanese format. There's no reset. It's gonna be first to 5. Yeah, it's first to 5. Vic has to win 5 straight games. That's it. Also, Charles needs to win the same. Yeah, it's now 3-0 in Vic's favor. Yeah. As you know, the new government policies, the new rules, the improvements, everything just changes. Yeah, new everything. New slogans. And new slogans. People now use shotguns. Alright, enough with the chit chat. Looks like it's getting hot here. Mama Blade is refusing to go out without a fight. Punish, he went in a little bit too early and he got caught up by one of the opposite charge tentacles. Alright, Vic is calm and collected. I don't know whether we need Nick Cannon here and we have to widen out a bit. Otherwise, with the way things are, they are not going bad. But Vic is actually comfortable with this slow-paced game. Maybe if we tune up a bit and we turn up the heat and make it a bit faster or extra slower, maybe you become retarded. I don't know. Okie dokie. That was my kind of round. Mama Blade securing a round. Now our fourth match. And Charles really needs a game just for his sanity to know that he's moving forward also. But I don't doubt him for a second. I know it's in his capability to just secure things. He has been out of nasty situations, nastier than this one. All he needs to do is just to respect the wake up potential from the ovipositor charge. Maybe a select screen just to make sure he thinks better or he breathes. It's fine. John. Yeah, it just needs to, according to my experience, not that I'm giving any advice, in such situations, when you're playing against a character that's not mixed up heavy, like Devourer, it's just range and with punishing, you can't outspace here. So all you need to do is hit hard when you're close, and when you approach for Okizime, just second guess and block, because he might wake up with the ovipositor charge, which is punishable either way. And it hits, I think, 7 times, if not 8. So you need to block each and every tentacle till it's done. Then you move on the offense or pressure. Alright, that was okay. But he could have gotten more from that. Looks like input is a bit being clouded. He's getting the arc kick instead of the military stance cancel. Here we go. Nice. And by the way, it's a first to 5. Vic is up 4 games, and Charles is fighting for his redemption, just to redeem 1 game, and that's why they say the journey of 1,000 miles starts with 1 foot on the grave. So that's what he's doing right now. It's possible. It's really possible. Overhead. Into corner carry. Okizime. Nothing. Nice! Fetch with that dive kick at a distance. Nice. He respected, then he ended up opening in that item coating. Alright. If it doesn't drop here, it's gonna be close to home. And that's it. He took a game. My God, that's a really calm and collective set, first to 5. Raziel secures 1 game of the 5, so it's now 4-1 in Vic's favor. He has to just keep on doing that till he reaches the neutral state of making it an equalizer, 4-4. Then from there, it might be what we call an upset. Otherwise, for now, he has to just stay low, keep on doing what he does best. And also Vic needs to tighten up his shoelaces. This might be the game. Or if he's not strong enough, he might find himself having to fight even harder. My God, 3 anti-airs in a row. I don't know who reads like that. Mama Blade. Oh. Alright, some combo drops. But either way, it's all good. I am really praying for more games. Vic is using now, it's now daughter and mother. Yeah. I'm putting my money on you. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Nice. We have to keep it simple. We have to clear the bar. Hopefully she's gonna build some meter. Oh, goodness. Oh, double overhead. He needs out of this corner. however it takes. That's not true block string. Nice down two. Charles needs to stay away if he needs to survive, or to come in and hit hard. But Cassie Cage, not a stranger to armor herself. Oh, alright. Nice. Oh my god, this is quite even. Nice down two. Oh, first punish. Dive kick snapped out. Nice corner carry. Enter A into corner. Low into low. Vic kinda sniffs it out and blocks. We're still there. Armor is effective. Say that he's gonna keep it for X-ray, which is effective, or he's gonna try and clash. I don't know, but he's close to home. Really close to home. All he needs is a couple of grapples. And enter X. Oh, guys. Oh. And Vic took it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have it.
An unexpected turn up. But either way, Victor played strongly. I myself, I lost to him, but no shame, I was downloading him. So if he wants a real fight, we can play even now. And I proved to him. But otherwise, I'm not calling nuts. It's a good tournament. We appreciate what happened here. We hope for more tournaments and everything close to that and more quality. And for people to turn up, we'll promise to turn up either way. Otherwise, this was gonna be really good.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the tournament yet again. I guess we'll see you whenever we do this again. I'm very glad we managed to dust off the Mortal Kombat action, and hopefully we get some more games soon and potentially some MK11. But either way, thanks to all the players that showed up, the Smooth Jarvis, D2s, Mike, Vic, and Titan, the Last Emperor, and myself. Either way, thank you very much to everyone, and we will see you next time.
And make sure that you subscribe to this channel right now. Just click 4 years wasted. We've got more games and more tournaments coming up.
Thank you, Mr. Titan.
By the way, I'm Titan. Good to see that.